Okay, so in today's video I have got my week 25 5 days of art challenge, so if you want to see that then keep on watching. Okay, so once again this week I went for some prompts that weren't really going to take me too much time. I kind of ran out of time this week and basically did all 7 of them in one day. I know that's like not really the point, but I do just feel like this is part of the reason that I always try and do sort of like smaller ones or ones that aren't going to take as long, because I just feel like a lot of the time I end up doing like half of them or even sometimes all of them all in one go, and then yeah, because of that I don't want to do like a really in-depth one. Obviously if I'd spaced it out like one a day then perhaps it would be a little bit easier, but yeah, obviously I don't do that because I'm not smart and I don't have time to do that. But anyway, yeah, because of that these are all quite short ones this week, so yeah, they're not slowed down as, that's not what I meant to say, they're not sped up as much as they usually are, so this week you'll probably actually be able to see a little bit more of what I'm actually doing. So this first one, basically it said to sit by a window and observe what was outside and basically just do like a little sketch. So I decided to basically look out of the window in my bedroom and see what I could see, and the back light out of my window is our back garden, and we have a really big cherry tree that is literally just outside of my window, and then there is like a little fence there, and then there are fields like beyond the fence. So I just kind of focused on the tree itself, and then I put like a fence in sort of like the foreground as well, but yeah, I just kind of focused on the actual tree as like a big like focal point. Obviously as you can see I haven't exactly done the most in-depth drawing that I possibly could, but I kind of treated these this week as just sort of like an opportunity to do some sketching and yeah, just do some sort of rough non-refined drawing, because outside of these videos I have actually been doing a lot of like actual in-depth like detailed drawings, which eventually you will see after the 365 days of art challenge is up. I'm going to start doing some sort of like celebrity drawings and that sort of thing, so I'm probably going to end up doing those on a Friday instead. Obviously once I finish this book I could get another one, but I'm struggling to finish this one, so I feel like that's probably not the best idea. I think I'm just going to come up with like a new series to do kind of. So yeah, I have done three drawings already. I'm starting on my 4th, so that is something to look forward to. Definitely make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss those when they come out, and they will also be available as prints. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it yet, but yeah, they will at some point become available as prints in a shop somewhere, so yeah, definitely subscribe and make sure that you don't miss that when it happens. Anyway, this second prompt that I am basically nearly finished, it said to just draw things that are in your store cupboard. So instead of doing like food, I decided to do art supplies. So I did a tube of acrylic paint, I did a block of clay, which is what I'm doing now, a tub of varnish, a paintbrush and a watercolour palette. So again, I just took this as an opportunity to do some sketching. Obviously the jar that's on there originally as like the prompt picture is basically just a sketch anyway, so I chose to just kind of do that rather than doing any sort of in-depth drawings or sketchings or anything like that. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of do these as sketches this week. But this next one that I did, basically you had to follow like choose a subject and draw it at the same time with both hands, and it's actually way harder than you'd imagine it to be. I relatively can do things with my right hand as well, so I'm left-handed obviously, but yeah, I can relatively do things with my right hand, but it really made me realise that it's actually way harder. Obviously you can see sort of like the wavy lines from the like my right hand compared to the left. Yeah, it's really not great. but I did choose a cactus that I bought a couple of weeks ago. I love that cactus. I bought 2 of them, but that was the first one that I bought. So I decided to draw that because I felt like not only is it something that I really like at the minute, it's also relatively easy to draw. Obviously it's just sort of like a round pot and then, well, a cactus basically. But yeah, I felt like it wasn't going to be too difficult to draw, considering I didn't want to do anything that was too crazy, obviously with the fact that I was having to draw it with both hands. But anyway, the next one that I did was basically drawing 5 of my favourite fruit. So again, this allowed me to just kind of sketch and do what I wanted. So yeah, this one that I'm doing now is like a slice of orange. Well, I was gonna do it as a slice, but then I decided to like add that at the back and make it like 3D, as if like the orange had been cut in half. But yeah, obviously I started out with a little sketch and then went over darker afterwards just to define it a little bit more. The first one that I did is a couple of cherries. That's not really that obvious to tell, but yeah, that was the first one that I did. And I realised, like, as I was doing them, that I had done them majorly small. But yeah, obviously the third one I did was a strawberry, but I knew that I was going to do attempt to draw a pineapple. Drawing a pineapple from memory is actually really difficult, even though I had those the page next to it open. Obviously they look a little bit like pineapples, but it was actually really difficult to draw when there's not one in front of you, which I was surprised at. But anyway, I just kind of did this as, yeah, like a really basic sketch, mainly because I in my head couldn't actually figure out what a pineapple looks like. Even though, yeah, like I say, obviously the following page, and I love pineapple. But anyway, that was just a little sort of like brain fart moment that I had. And then the 5th fruit that I drew was a banana, and I promise I do like and do eat these fruits. I know the sketches are absolutely horrendous and it makes it look like I've never actually seen them a day in my life, but I promise I have. And yeah, it's just my quick sketching skills. But yeah, I promise that if you subscribe and wait for my drawing videos to come out, they are actually good. They are somewhat good. Obviously have to be a little bit modest somewhere. They're not incredible, you know, like I'm not going to win awards for them, but they'll do. They're pretty cool. So yeah, like I said before, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss that. But anyway, moving on to the next prompt. Basically I had to do a drawing without taking my pencil off the page as much as I possibly could. So I chose a vase that I have at the moment, which is like in the shape of a flower, and it currently has some tulips in it. I've had them for, I want to say, like a week and a bit now, and they're actually going really strong, and I thought it would be a cute idea to draw. So obviously with it being that style of drawing, you know, not taking a pencil off, it's difficult to get sort of any detail in. So again, that was a really quick one that I could just do, like, get over with. Because yeah, like I say, obviously it doesn't take long at all. And this one that I did, I found really funny. I just came across it randomly. I was like looking for ones to do, and I came across this one and I just thought it was actually quite weird. The prompt just says draw your foot, so that's what I'm doing. It's not big, it's not in detail, it's not good, but yeah, that is what I did. So I just drew it like from the top looking down. I didn't bother drawing like up to the leg. I didn't, yeah, obviously as you can see, it's literally just a tiny little foot that a 5-year-old could draw. But anyway, I just thought it was really funny and one that I just kind of wanted to get over with. So yeah, I decided to do it this week. And then the last one that I did basically just said write a stream of consciousness. I feel like that's what it said. And then it said like it doesn't have to make sense, you don't have to read it back. But I couldn't really think of like anything to actually write, so I just wrote some words from the TV show that I was watching at the time, and big props to anybody if they can figure out what TV show it is. I feel like it's actually quite niche. I absolutely love this TV show and I've watched it so many times, but I'm rewatching it for probably like the 25th time. So yeah, props to anybody if they can figure out what it's from. It's not a continuous script, it's kind of like bits and pieces that I was hearing as I was going. But yeah, that was the last one that I did this week. But yeah, leave your guesses in the comments as to what TV show it is. I will actually be very impressed if somebody actually knows what it is. It is a Netflix show, that will narrow it down a little bit. But yeah, obviously the last thing that I did was just mark off all the activities that we've done this week, and yeah, as you can see, it is filling up nicely. We're almost halfway through, even though I feel like it looks like we've done way more than that. But yeah, we're almost halfway through, so yeah, make sure that you like and come back for next week's. So that was week 25 of my 365 days of art challenge. Let me know what you want to see me do next time. Let me know which ones you liked. But yeah, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. Bye.